Good afternoon, everyone. My good friend Dmitry Topov asked me to do an update video on my greenhouse, so I'll do that. And let's see what's going on in here right now. Well, look at that banana plant. It's almost reaching the top. So I got 3 banana plants in there. 2 of them are ice cream bananas. All 3 of them were supposed to be ice cream bananas, but this third one here, also sold to me by Fast Growing Trees, is growing much faster than the other 2, and it has different growth characteristics. It grows taller, grows faster. So I'm assuming it's a different kind of banana that was kind of mixed in to my batch. This is the ice cream. This one looks more like the ice cream banana, because ice cream banana is supposed to be a smaller plant in the end, and looks like that's what it's going to be. It's a little bit slower growing, which is what I need for my greenhouse, because I'm afraid that one I will run out of height space before it can produce bananas. But it is what it is. I have little baby plants from that tall one, and I have baby plants from the ice cream bananas. So if anybody lives near me and wants an ice cream banana plant, let me know, because I'm not shipping these currently, but if somebody wants to stop by and grab one, I'll sell it to them. I have some tomatoes still in here. This entire walkway was filled with tomatoes and peppers all the way around. Most of them have come out of the ground. I pulled them out, and I only left the 2 that were still ripening up some tomatoes for me. And so I left some of those. The pawpaw plants are going dormant. I got my dragon fruit. I didn't have much time to kind of pot all these up, because I took them into my room last winter to kind of save them, because all the ones that I had out here in the greenhouse all winter long died because they were up against the wall, and that was kind of a bad idea to plant them there because it's just too much moisture and it's too cold. So I got to move them closer in towards the center to help them survive the winter. But the heat during the summer stressed my avocado plants out, and some of them look like they're dying. But everything that I grafted to my Rootzilla rootstock. Rootzilla is a rootstock that I have created from an avocado that I planted from seed when I used to live in Spokane. And anything I graft to that rootstock does really well, and it's resistant to overwatering, it's resistant to underwatering, it's resistant to heat. Looks like anybody that grows avocados knows that they're really finicky, especially when the trees are small. And so if your trees are dying like this was supposed to be my Mexicola, but if you're not succeeding with your trees, try them on a different rootstock. Don't give up. See, this one almost died. I don't know if it's going to come back, but I grafted this onto this one, and look at this. This one's doing fine, even though it was damaged by the heat, but it's coming back. And same as all the other varieties grafted to this tree, they were kind of damaged a little bit, and they're coming back. Fresh new growth. I even have reed avocados hanging on there for dear life. So yeah, definitely I want to graft all my avocados onto this rootstock. This was a Lamb Hass avocado here, and it's basically almost died. It had some shoots that popped up along the trunk here, and then they kind of dried off. So at this point, I don't know if this is gonna survive, but I grafted some from this variety onto my Rootzilla rootstock, and look at this. Look how healthy it's looking. on Rootzilla rootstock. Lamb Hass on Rootzilla. And there's even a sucker that popped out below the graft, and I'm not cutting it off because I want to air layer this. This is what Rootzilla looks like. Really vigorous grower, and anything grafted to it just survives all the elements and does much better. So this is gonna get planted in this spot, most likely, because that's probably not gonna survive. So I'm glad I don't have to buy another, you know, $80 tree, or forget how much I paid for that one, because I saved the variety since I know how to graft. So yeah, everything's coming back. And the reason why everything suffered so much in here is because I had electrical problems, and so the fan wasn't running for the heat of the summer. I didn't think I would need it, but it looks like I did. Looks like the wiring that's in the ground was damaged, and so I'm gonna have to run new wires and redo the electrical for this thing. But the other thing that happened is this piping fell down, and I didn't attach it for the summer because this goes up, the air blows underground. Watch my first video if you haven't seen how this greenhouse works, but this piping goes all the way up and attaches to that fan up there. And so all the heat during the summer should have gotten kind of moved around and dispersed a little bit better. And in the winter, this is actually enough to keep my greenhouse above freezing temperatures, just from using the heat in the ground. This avocado suffered a lot. This was a seedling, and it's starting to come back from the trunk. These are my cold hardy citrus. Over here, here's a pomegranate. This is the Russian pomegranate. Here's a seedling avocado that my brother Oleg planted. It also suffered, but it's coming back. This is a hybrid citrus that I planted from seed. This is a blood orange that I planted from seed. Clementine mandarin that I planted from seed. This is an Owari satsuma. Has a bunch of satsumas on there, still green. I picked a lot of the mandarins off of this tree to kind of lighten the load, because otherwise it probably would have killed itself trying to produce so many mandarins on such a small tree. Here's a grapefruit from seed. This is a Myra lemon that almost died, and it's slowly coming back. It had like 4 or 5 lemons on it that I picked already, that it ripened, and it's coming back. But the Myra lemon that I rooted, and it's on its own roots, seems to be doing better than the one grafted onto Flying Dragon rootstock. This is my variegated pink lemon. Even the lemons are variegated, and inside, when these are ripe, they will be pink inside. So I can't wait to see that once these ripen up. But it's doing really good, actually, surprisingly. It didn't get bothered much by the heat. It's blooming. It's got lemons on it. Lemons are variegated. It's got new growth coming out right now. So this tree is doing really good. And guess what? I have a mushroom in here. I'm gonna have to ask my dad what this is, because I don't know what kind of mushroom this is. I don't know if this is edible or not, but definitely pretty cool. Pawpaws, more pawpaws going dormant. We got persimmons. These are grafted already. These are grafted. These are wild from seed that I'll use for rootstock. This is a seedling lemon that's slowly starting to come back now. I have some pretty cool cold hardy citrus down here. This was a Tennessee citronmello that I planted from seed. Stan, the citrus man, sent me some fruits and I planted the seed, and then I grafted Prague Satsuma onto this. Prague Satsuma is supposed to be one of the hardiest mandarins that you can grow outdoors in cold climates. Supposedly it could take down to like 13 degrees Fahrenheit and survive. So that's Prague Satsuma, and it tastes a lot like any regular Satsuma. I've tasted it and it tastes really good. I'm surprised at how cold hardy it is. I planted some seeds from the Satsumas that Stan McKenzie sent me, and the seedlings or Satsuma mandarin leaves are supposed to look like this, but two of them that came up actually ended up being trifoliate. So I'm assuming they got pollinated by some of the cold hardy trifoliate varieties that Stan grows, and I'm very curious to grow these out and see if they're gonna resemble a Satsuma that's a lot more cold hardy. I'm extremely curious to grow these out. So I might have my own variety of Satsuma. This is a grapefruit. Over here, here's a pineapple guava, a feijoa tree, some mandarins, mangoes from seed. I actually have another mango that's in the ground that I planted from seed, from a mango that I ate in Hawaii. And this one's starting to grow, starting to put on some fresh growth right now, which is really cool, even though it suffered as well. This is the Neelam mango. Somehow this one survived. I had a Pickering mango right here that died, so I'll have to replace it. Still have some pawpaws that are in pots. I have some figs down here. These are Violetta figs. Some chestnut seedlings. Some kiwi that was rooted. This is a fuzzy kiwi. A lot of the other pawpaws went dormant already. It's not dead, it just lost all its leaves. I have some seedling avocados right there. And a really good friend of mine, Bob, that lives in my greenhouse right there. Oh, I guess I recently got another friend in here. I actually heard him pounding at the ceiling last night. So it looks like he got stuck in my greenhouse. So I'll have to release this fellow dragonfly. Well, thank you for watching, guys. That's gonna conclude my video. And I'll give you more updates as things progress in my greenhouse. Oh, did I show you my Peruvian apple cacti yet? There it is. And this one's already taller than me. This one is already like almost 7 feet tall. There's my hand. I'm barely reaching the top. Peruvian apple cactus. Hopefully it fruits in here. That'd be pretty cool. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.